Later, the Ottomans add large discs calligraphied with sacred words from the Quran, plaster over Christian mosaics, and outside construct minarets for the call to prayer. But Hagia Sophia's vast dome most easily makes the conversion.
The dome itself had religious meaning for both Christian worshippers and now Muslim worshippers. For both, it was the symbol of the heavens.
The structure at the heart of Hagia Sophia, the round dome on the square base, works as powerfully for Islam as it did for Christianity. Hagia Sophia is so admired in the Islamic world, it becomes the classic mark for mosques throughout the Ottoman Empire. Today, Hagia Sophia is a museum, a showcase of its religious and cultural history.
When you enter the building, you look to your left and you see the beautiful mosaic panel from the Byzantine Empire. And you look at your right and you see the wonderful calligraphic quotation from the Quran. You see the history of the whole city, in a sense the whole region, in a nutshell.
But deciding which layers of its history to display is a battle that continues on its walls. Stepping onto the battlefield is researcher Hitoshi Takanazawa. He's on the hunt for Christian mosaics that were plastered over when Hagia Sophia was converted into a mosque. His challenge is how to find the Byzantine mosaics without damaging the Ottoman decorations. Takanazawa's secret weapon is this electromagnetic scanner. Normally it's used to find structural faults in things like bridges.
Ay, sabi ko mo.
He has ever used it to find Jesus.
Ewan ko. May sashi pa.
We are developing new equipment for investigation. It is crucial to
Ewan ko.
find
Insya
techniques
siya.
that can deduce whether a mosaic exists without destroying anything.
Takanazawa and engineer Satoshi Baba carefully run the scanner against the wall. What might they find? A tantalizing taste of Hagia Sophia in its full mosaic splendor is here. The Church of San Vitale in Ravenna, Italy, also built during Justinian's reign nearly 1,500 years ago.
Byzantine visitors would be transported into an entirely different world. And it was through the mosaics that this happened. They were a vehicle to bring the visitor into contact with the divine.
That divine glow of Byzantine mosaics is what makes them so awe-inspiring. And the mystery material that gives them that glow is what will help in the search for Hagia Sophia's hidden mosaics. Luciano Notturni and Gabrielle Ward are using the same materials to make mosaics today. They begin with glass discs,
Uy.
carefully breaking them into smaller pieces until they
Papagit.
become a
Papagit.
tiny
Dilat. Dilat. Dilat.
tesseract.
Dilat. Tikit.
Notturni places
Ticket
each
naman tayo.
tesseract piece by piece
Uy ka ba?
into a design she's drawn on the wall and carefully angles them to reflect the light.
It is believed that especially in the Byzantine mosaics, the positioning of the tesserae was directly connected to where the light was coming from. So where the windows were, where the main light sources were.
And to make that light shimmer, they add something else to the mix.
It has a thin layer of gold leaf.
Ay, so.
And
Sarap.
that it does have gold in it makes it very reflective and very luminescent.
The gold tesserae give the Byzantine mosaics a heavenly glow. And because gold is metal, it may be the key to rediscovering the lost mosaics in Hagia Sophia.
Other.
penetrate tesseras. So we believe, we hope to find mosaics by our instruments.
Takanazawa's scanner sends electromagnetic signals below the surface of the plaster. If the waves strike a buried metal tesserae, they are reflected back, creating an image of the inside of the water.
It is a scanning line sometimes. This green zone is made of metal tessera. You can see here the circle design. This is truly made by hand.
The scanner is working. It has detected a mosaic circle beneath the plaster. But Takanazawa isn't searching just for circles.
In the future, we will apply this method on a drone.
Maganda din.
It can show some image of the saints or image of the Christ.
The walls of Hagia Sophia are hiding more than mosaics.
Arthur.
Secrets to its seismic strength. High above the streets of Istanbul, a team is repairing a wall as part of Hagia Sophia's ongoing restoration.
Nice.
Sunay Shakar is the lead architect.
What we are doing is removing all the cement from the surface you see here. Then we'll repair the layer of bricks we've uncovered.
Her team must replace crumbling cement from a restoration in the 1950s. She's using a more resilient mortar, one formulated from the original recipe. Limestone, sand, water, and a secret ingredient, ground-up bricks. It turns out the best way to preserve Hagia Sophia for the future is to use materials from the past.
The mortar in Hagia Sophia is certainly more flexible than modern mortar. So it adapts to the structural deformations caused by earthquakes.
The flexibility of the mortar is crucial, but so is how it's applied.
Hagia Sophia differs from other structures because the layer of mortar is thicker than the bricks.
Modern brick buildings have thin layers of mortar, but Hagia Sophia's layers are so thick they act like cushioning. Hagia Sophia's bricks also play a role in earthquake protection.
Here is an original brick from Hagia Sophia, and here is a modern brick. As you can see, the original brick is significantly lighter than the modern brick.
Which turns out to be very important.
If you make the weight light, then the building can
Salamat
sway
ka, Banaling.
like a tree in the wind. Flexible but strong.
1,500 years ago, other architects built heavy and massive to protect against earthquakes. Anthemius and Isidorus, the Greek architects, did the opposite. They built light and flexible, the principle of modern seismic engineering. But will this world treasure survive into the future? Esser Chakti and her team are building a model of Hagia Sophia's core structure to investigate. Their arch problem solved, they move on to their next challenge, the semi-domes. They create a mortar that mimics the materials of the real semi-domes and spread it over a wooden mold.
We have worked on paper for a long time on how to get it right. How
That's
to
wrong.
make it, and then what
That's
would
wrong.
be the thickness,
O
what
sana
would
naman
be
yun.
the material.
Ito naman ay para ho makapenta ng murang
After
bigas.
the mortar dries,
So,
they
yung
remove
simpleng
the
one,
wooden mold.
number one rice and beef mortar sa buong mundo.
PNP spokesperson, Olive Colonel Jim Pahatong voluntaryo ang sumuko.
But as they take off the mold,
Tuesday New Tuesday. Pasok!
a crack appears on the top.
Suportado ng Department of Agriculture at ang
Sensay, para masiguro bumili sa mga Negro and drugstores nationwide. Robust!
Cracks at this stage mean the semi-dome is clearly too weak for the shake table test. They break apart the semi-dome to get a closer look at the morgue.
Kasi dati at sao? Nangungulit ka!
Was tilting. It's almost a half centimeter.
A problem with the way the mortar was applied caused the top of the semi-dome to be much thinner than planned.
Some shrinkage occurs after drying of the mortar. We may consider to introduce some elements to the mortar so that its strength will improve.
The team must rebuild the semi-dome, and they'll need to come up with a better method for building the final piece of their model, the large central dome. And that will take some time. In his hunt for hidden mosaics, Hitoshi Takanazawa is heading to the uppermost level of Hagia Sophia, a thin ledge that runs beneath the main arches. The building is so huge, he must narrow down his search.